With the Black Ops 7 multiplayer reveal trailer, there has been so many things revealed and discovered. We got into a new era of Call of Duty when it comes to the aesthetic and look, the actual gameplay, and what Call of Duty has in store for the future of the franchise. But one controversy from all past Call of Duties, which still looms around the Call of Duty community, is skill-based matchmaking. And today, we're going to talk about skill-based matchmaking once again because we actually had a lot of news and behind-the-scenes stuff revealed about skill-based matchmaking within Call of Duty, who runs it, who makes the final decision, and much more. The entire community came together yesterday and basically found out the truth about skill-based matchmaking and why Call of Duty still uses it and who's actually making these decisions, which is huge. And I hope this video goes to show that Activision needs to wake the F up because they need to stop doubling down on their policies and the things that they believe in and actually start listening to the players and fans that know what's up. Because if they don't, all the money and resources that they put into Black Ops 7 and Warzone are going to waste. And that's just the honest truth, man. But ladies and gentlemen, before we dive in, you might be wondering once again, what is skill-based matchmaking? What is SBMM? And listen, we need to run this little crash course before we talk about skill-based matchmaking within Call of Duty. I just want to give you guys a refresher and give you guys my experience with skill-based matchmaking within Call of Duty. Essentially, skill-based matchmaking means that the players that you are playing against or matched up against have similar levels in KDs, win rate, score per minute, all that kind of stuff. They have similar stats to you. And basically, the entire goal of skill-based matchmaking is to give people fair teams and fair plays and fair matches. And they're trying to give players less lopsided games and less matches that actually are not fun or fair. But the truth about skill-based matchmaking within gaming in general, and especially in Call of Duty, skill-based matchmaking makes the game less fun. It does not work. It does not keep us playing longer. And skill-based matchmaking in general punishes any player that does too well for their own skill bracket that skill-based matchmaking put them in. It gives us more repetitive and slower gameplay that's not really fun and there's no variety within the games at all. And you feel like you're playing the same match over and over again. And with skill-based matchmaking being in Call of Duty for so long now, it's always been such a polarizing feature and mechanic within the games. But in today's day and age, everybody is sick and tired of skill-based matchmaking, how many times it has changed throughout the years. A great example of skill-based matchmaking being completely polarizing and bipolar is with Modern Warfare 3 to Black Ops 6. A lot of people say that the Modern Warfare 3 skill-based matchmaking was not that bad last year, and a lot of people agree that Black Ops 6's skill-based matchmaking is completely different than Modern Warfare 3 and is way more stricter, and it punishes a lot of players more. And lastly, skill-based matchmaking allows cheating in the form of 2-boxing and reverse boosting. A lot of these fake 2-boxing content creators that still lie and hide the fact that they 2-box, they're all able to get easy bot lobbies because of skill-based matchmaking, which is why they don't want it removed. But yeah, all in all, skill-based matchmaking, it's meant to be a good thing, but it's a horrible thing for players in general. It fails to give us fun and good matches, and it punishes every kind of player no matter the skill bracket. And remember guys, Activision will go out of their way to even create an entire blog and report about skill-based matchmaking and the fact that it works, when we all know that it doesn't. But now let's talk about skill-based matchmaking and what we learned about it for Black Ops 7. So Modern Warzone, who we all know, who we have covered in this channel, he's a Call of Duty news source and somebody that works with Activision. He tweeted out this: "Hey Call of Duty, the best thing you could do right now is announce the removal of disbanding lobbies and or the reduction of skill-based matchmaking in Black Ops 7. Both changes would be greatly welcomed by the majority of the Call of Duty community, sweats and casuals alike." And this tweet has over 126,000 views, and I was one of the first people to respond, and I said this: "Please tell me y'all who were invited or played early talked about skill-based matchmaking in Black Ops 6, because like I said earlier, skill-based matchmaking in Black Ops 6 was atrocious. It was so aggressive, it was so strict, and it allowed for no fun at all, no matter if you were a sweat or a casual. Any game mode from Warzone all the way to multiplayer was ruined by Black Ops 6's skill-based matchmaking system." And surprisingly, Modern Warzone tweeted out and replied to me by saying this: "We have several times. The people we speak to typically are not involved with the skill-based matchmaking side of Call of Duty, and thus aren't authorized or comfortable answering questions about it, especially on the record." And ladies and gentlemen, if you guys did not catch on yet, that basically reveals that, hey, these devs at Treyarch, Infinity Ward, and Sledgehammer don't have a say at all about skill-based matchmaking, how it is, how it's set up for their own game, which is absolutely ridiculous, man. These devs put in the time, put in the hours, put in the blood, sweat, and tears to make a Call of Duty game, probably get underpaid, and probably have an extensive workload just to not even make a decision on skill-based matchmaking. And if we're being honest here, no matter how good a Call of Duty game is, if the skill-based matchmaking system is too strict and not fun at all to play against or play with, the Call of Duty game is ruined. We literally saw that with Black Ops 6, we saw that with Modern Warfare 2019, and we've seen it in previous CODs before. No matter what you think, skill-based matchmaking at the end of the day is used in all the wrong ways by Activision. And this single tweet from Modern Warzone basically allowed everybody else like Charlie Intel, Ink Slasher, Merc Music, other people that are involved with Call of Duty, that are invited or have been invited to Call of Duty Next in the past, They're all coming out and saying like, yo, this is what's actually happening behind the scenes. So literally every Call of Duty content creator that has worked with or has talked to Call of Duty at some point, or somebody in the studio, all the way from Treyarch, Activision, Infinity Ward, Sledgehammer, all that stuff, they're all spilling the beans about Call of Duty and skill-based matchmaking. The next big tweet that really popped off about skill-based matchmaking and disbanded lobbies was from Charlie Intel. And they said this: in regards to all the questions about skill-based matchmaking and disbanded lobbies, Treyarch told us they see the comments on it, but it's not under their control to change or adjust those. And I quote from Charlie Intel, they probably heard this from a Treyarch dev, "We are just the developers," end quote. And that's insane. And those two tweets alone basically tell the entire story. Activision and anybody in the higher ups that actually make the decisions here, they are the ones that have the final decision, the final say on skill-based matchmaking and how it's set up for that Call of Duty, which is absolutely ridiculous, man. The fact that the devs don't have the final say is stupid as fuck. But with Modern Warzone saying that the dev teams like Treyarch, Infinity Ward, and Sledgehammer Games are not authorized or comfortable answering questions or talking about skill-based matchmaking is crazy to me. That basically means that Activision headquarters or the studio team's headquarters, right, talking about skill-based matchmaking or trying to make or change skill-based matchmaking in a certain way will get you fucking fired, dude. Yeah! Fired! It's like the unspoken rule to not talk about or mention skill-based matchmaking at all at these dev studios whenever they're making a new Call of Duty game. I think that just goes to show the kind of chokehold that Activision has around every studio team and everybody in there. That goes to show the kind of work environment that Activision themselves created. Imagine creating a video game or something that you love and being told that you can't do or change something about it when you know there's a problem with it. Like, there's no way that these Call of Duty dev teams have not seen the videos, posts, and statements talking about skill-based matchmaking in a negative light and have wanted to change or try to adjust it for the players. The fact that Activision or anybody that is involved with Call of Duty that does have the say in the final decision or the power to change skill-based matchmaking, the fact that they're not changing skill-based matchmaking after years of complaints is ridiculous, man. If you're wondering what the Call of Duty Next people are saying, like the Call of Duty content creators and streamers that have gone to Call of Duty Next or are going this year, they've all been saying this. So SBMM is 100% an Activision decision. Developers do not even get a say, which is absolutely correct. That is so fucking bad. These developers at Activision have no say at all, which is not a good thing. Another longtime Call of Duty content creator who got invited to Call of Duty Next this year for Black Ops 7 was Merc Music, who says this: whoever is in charge of those decisions need to see the feedback and consider making changes. It could really make all the difference, which is very true. Once skill-based matchmaking is actually good in Call of Duty and it's actually fair and it makes sense and it's not that strict, the Call of Duty game feels like you can play it forever. It's very good. But when skill-based matchmaking is used in all the wrong ways and it's too strict and too aggressive, it can literally kill a Call of Duty game. We saw that with Black Ops 6. And now these next few tweets are just people who are just, you know, Call of Duty fans, Call of Duty players, or Call of Duty casuals like ourselves. And this guy named John Morsey said this: this is the main problem. Skill-based matchmaking being non-negotiable kills the whole game. I can't play with any of my friends or family. They're not sauced on the 6. That was funny. They are immediately taken back as soon as the game starts and get off to play something else. Which is very true. For my cousins and me, we all grew up playing Call of Duty, but once skill-based matchmaking hit like crack on the Las Vegas Strip back in Modern Warfare 2019 and even now for Black Ops 6 and for Modern Warfare 2 2022, they stopped playing Call of Duty. And then the last tweet I'm going to be going over is this from Cade Honor, who says, "It is genuinely unfortunate that a developer can't make changes like this to their game without absurd levels of approval from Activision. Too many muddled visions." And basically she's saying like, yo, these devs know the ins and out of the games, right? They know what the community wants. They've made changes, which honestly, we're going to be talking about that in the next video. And if you're already watching this far, make sure you guys drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and hype up the video. I'm telling you guys right now, if you're watching this far, you guys will probably enjoy the next videos that I have coming out for Black Ops 7 and for Battlefield 6 as well. So yeah, hit that subscribe button for your boy. But basically, Cade's saying that, yo, there's too many visions involved for Call of Duty that there's not going to be a clear one vision that the fans can even see themselves. So the fact that we're getting confirmation from people like Modern Warzone and Charlie Intel about skill-based matchmaking and who's in charge and who makes the decisions, it really does clear up a lot of things. Because if we're being honest here, for the longest time now, for the last couple of years, we did not know if it was the developers or Activision or some higher up people making the decisions on skill-based matchmaking and disbanding lobbies and keeping it in Call of Duty now. We did not know for the longest time who's actually making these decisions, but it's now clear as day that Activision is. So having this kind of clarity and communication is very good, because now we know not to blame or send hate to Treyarch when it comes to skill-based matchmaking and disbanding lobbies and the matchmaking system as a whole. But yeah, man, the fact that the developers can't make changes to a game that they put hours into and spent their time on, all because of Activision's approval, is insane to me, man. Way too many people are getting involved into Call of Duty and the direction that the game wants to go in. But yeah, once again, I'm still on the side of skill-based matchmaking being awful for gaming in general, for any kind of game, any kind of multiplayer game, especially Call of Duty. My first experience with skill-based matchmaking was with Call of Duty, and it got instantly ruined for me, which is why I took a break from Modern Warfare 2019 all the way to Modern Warfare 2 2022. I barely played Modern Warfare 2019 after March, I barely played Call of Duty Cold War, and I never played Vanguard, all because of skill-based matchmaking. As soon as I got a PC, and even during Modern Warfare 2 when I started playing Call of Duty again, the game got ruined for me. The only Call of Duty game in the Modern Warfare 2019 era that has actually been fun to play throughout the entire year was Modern Warfare 3. It's not just because of the content that was given and the daily grind that we had with like weekly challenges and the master procedures and all that stuff. It's just also the fact that, most game modes had no skill-based matchmaking at all, or not as strict skill-based matchmaking like previous Call of Duties. And hopefully with Black Ops 7, Activision sees the fact that like, the developers don't like skill-based matchmaking, the players don't like skill-based matchmaking, and they just need to get with the times, man. But if you're wondering if Activision will actually listen, guys, you guys have to remember that these guys literally made an entire blog post and study about how skill-based matchmaking works, apparently. And they literally convinced themselves that skill-based matchmaking is a good thing for Call of Duty, when we all know it's not. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out this bitch. If you guys enjoyed, drop a like and hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.